Welcome to our new series on chords. I am so excited about this new series. You're going to learn how to build chords and use chords so you can easily improvise, compose, read chord sheets and lead sheets, and so much more. Chords are the foundation of music, and it's so important to know how to build them and use them. So we're gonna buckle up and start our journey on building chords, starting with our major chords. Let's learn how to build some major chords. So the first thing you need to know is whole steps and half steps. And if you've gone through my series on the circle of fifths, either the 5-finger scales or the Scale Mania, there's a lot of information in there on whole steps, half steps, and intervals. So if you're not familiar with that, I would highly recommend going back and watching at least the first 2 videos in each of those series, and that will give you a really good foundation for what I'm talking about. We're going to briefly do a quick overview of what whole steps and half steps, and then we're going to get into building a major chord. So the first thing we need to do is know what a half step is. So a half step is from one note to the very next note, whether black or white. There's no other note in between. So if we were to go down from C and do a half step down, there's nothing in between. See, that's 2 white keys together. So it doesn't matter if you're going to a white key or black key as your half step. It's just the very next key, whether black or white. Now, if we want to build a whole step, that's going to be 2 half steps put together. So from our C again, here's 1 half step, here's a second half step. So that is a whole step. A whole step will always have 1 note in between. So if we take our C again and go down, 1 half step, 2 half steps, see we have 1 note in between. That is a whole step. All right, so there's your basics for the whole steps and half steps. Now let's figure out what a major chord is. A major chord, so I'm going to play one. Here's a C major chord, and we're going to count the intervals for this C major chord, the half steps and whole steps. So from C we have 1 half step, 2 half step, 3 half step, 4 half steps, okay? So we have 4 half steps for the bottom part. So that part is bigger. And then to find the top, it is 1 half step, 2 half steps, 3 half steps. So we have 4 half steps on the bottom, 3 half steps on the bottom. And there's your major chord. Super easy. Okay, let's start on a different note and see if we can create a major chord on a different note. Let's start on G this time. All right, so we need 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we need 3. 1, 2, 3. There's our G major chord. Super simple. All right, let's find another note. Let's start on a black key this time. Let's start on A flat. This can be A flat or G sharp because it's an enharmonic note. All of our notes are enharmonic. A flat. Here we go. We need 4 half steps to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's our first interval. And then we need 1, 2, 3 half steps. So check it out. There's our major chord on E flat. Let's do one more. Let's start on E right here. So 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a black key in the middle. And then we need 3. 1, 2, 3. There's an E major chord. All right, so that gives you a good foundation to practice working on major chords. Spend some time going over, starting on all kinds of different notes, whether it's a black key or a white key, it doesn't really matter, but just try building a whole bunch of major chords. You can even try doing all of your white key major chords like this. So you go and just build them, do them slowly at first until you learn what the half steps and whole steps are for each chord. But if you do that, you'll know all of your white key major chords in no time. Very good work on major chords. So you are well on your way to being able to read chord sheets, lead sheets, creating your own music with chords, and being able to improvise easily when you sit down at the piano. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you would give it a like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you have any questions or would just like to say hi. I'll see you in the next video.